Hello everyone. Today I am working on installing this Mishimoto transcooler that has a fan. So it's a little bit larger than the one as you can see, the big size. So that little one could not cut it when I was in Colorado. Obviously I have a lot of mods like these big tires and heavy winch, so all that stuff was pretty heavy for the Jeep to handle the climbing. That little transcooler does not get any air because of the bumper cover, so the bumper, so it's basically blocked all the way. I'm gonna put this before I hurt it, so the wind doesn't get directly here. It just, the slot sits right here, so you can barely get any air here. So all that is blocked. Even from the stock bumper, you had a gap about this much somewhere here, and that's it. So obviously stock, you don't need it, so it was okay. But now that I added all that stuff to the Jeep, then I need more. So I might be moving this guy here, and then the big one, I plan to mount it somewhere here. In order to do that, I need to modify this section. So I'm gonna try to move it with one hand, but basically what I need to do is get rid of that, and I am gonna be installing some brackets and see how it works, because I don't want to break that part. I want to leave it stock in case it doesn't work, so I gotta put it back together. And then that plastic, I don't want to hurt it either, so I want to recreate something similar to this plastic, I can sit here with aluminum. So I'm gonna use those bars and recreate that thing, so I can close the bumper, obviously mount the bumper back, close the hood, and then this is the hood latch, as you can see it right here. So it's only been held by 2 screws right there. So those 2 little holes are for 2 screws, that's it. And then the rest of this is just plastic mounts, which I can replace with pretty much anything. So I'm gonna try to do that so I can put my cooler somewhere right here. Okay, kind of hard to hold it. Let me see if I can sit it. So I want to mount it somewhere right here. It's not touching down there, just barely touching. I mean, barely above it, and pushed in. That's the other thing I have to work on, is how far I can push it in, because I don't want to damage it. See how much cap I got in the front. So, and then I don't want to stick it out too far, because the bumper will not let me close or install it. So I have to figure out. So I'll be working on this, and hopefully this thing works out for me. All right guys, so I have finally put my transmission lines. As you can see, I'm using a 3/8 coming from the Mishimoto transcooler. They're going back in there. This line is coming straight out of the this transcooler. So this is my transmission line coming from the transmission. Comes in, comes out. From here I go to this one, and then from this one goes all the way down, comes back down here, and from here I will go back into the transmission. So in, out, back into the trans. And this is where the mess happens. So as you can see, this is my transmission line, the return line. I had to replace all that because the guy who did the work before for me, he was using these clamps, and they were already eating up the lines. This one is not as bad, but you can see it. So yep, I don't know if I can focus on it. Too many things to focus, I guess. But yeah, so it was pretty bad. So I replaced all those with fuel injection clamps, this one instead of this one. I don't like this. So I put this, so I'm gonna connect all my transmission lines. As you can see, they're right there. So this one I'm gonna connect, kind of hard to keep it focused, but this one is going to connect, is basically the one coming out of the transmission. So this one is gonna go back into the original cooler, because the guy hooked up my transmission external transmission cooler as the main transmission going in, or the cooler, and then back into the original, instead of doing the fan operated secondary transmission cooler, the second one. No leaks. So far so good, no leak. Grass a ship. Okay everybody, so I finally finished installing the transmission cooler. You can see I replaced the plastic that goes here, custom made brackets, so I can run it all the way mounted. It's pretty secure, so it's right here. It's a pretty good, you know, nothing is touching it. It's clean. Let me show you what it sounds like when I turn it on. This is my transmission fan. So you can barely hear it from here. If you close the door and sit inside the Jeep, you cannot hear it. The other one that I had before was loud enough that I could hear inside. That's what it is. So this fan has dropped the temperature without the fan on. Just driving around with it, it dropped from 179 to 149 or so. So it's been a big difference just driving in the city. I have not tasted on the trails, so as soon as I get a chance, I will test it on the trail with the fan on 24/7, basically all day until I'm done with the trail. It's wired the same way. It comes into my little fuse box, and then from there it goes into the aux beam panel. So I like it so far. I can add another one if I wanted to right here, and I'll have two in line with the stock trans cooler. I have enough room to make another one there. So I may do it. We'll see how it goes. My transmission is still, like I said, I don't know until I drive it. So I hope you guys like it, and if you got any comments or questions, please put in the comments in the video, and I hope you like it. Okay.